Hi, my name is Andrew Kim, and I am the CEO of Paraxis Korea.
파라텍시스와 파라텍시스 코리아에 대해 소개해 주실 수 있나요?
Paraxis Korea is the first institutionally backed Bitcoin treasury company listed on the Kosdaq. The company is backed by Paraxis Capital. Paraxis Capital is a US-based digital asset hedge fund that manages a wide range of hedge fund strategies for various institutional investors.
비트코인 트레저리 회사란 무엇인지 쉽게 설명해 주실 수 있을까요?
In simple terms, a Bitcoin treasury company is a public company that holds the majority of its treasury assets in Bitcoin. The appeal of a Bitcoin treasury company is that it expands market access to Bitcoin through providing traditional capital markets exposure via a regulated equity vehicle. This expands to multiple different asset classes from equity to fixed income, where many different pools of capital that want a Bitcoin position, but through various operational friction or investment mandates are able to now access exposure to Bitcoin.
왜 한국에서 비트코인 트레저리 회사를 출범하게 되셨나요?
There are several reasons why we chose South Korea to launch a Bitcoin treasury company. The first is that South Korea has one of the highest adoption rates of crypto globally, oftentimes seeing crypto trading volumes exceed equity trading volumes. The validation of demand is clear. Today, there are limited ways for institutions to express exposure to this asset class through traditional capital market vehicles. There are no ETFs or public miners for Bitcoin. As a technology-forward country, we expect South Korea to be a leader in Bitcoin treasury, similar to how we've seen the country's leadership evolve in the underlying cryptocurrency asset class.
이번 거래의 배경과 진행 결과를 말씀 부탁드립니다. 언제부터 시작하셨고 과정은 어땠나요?
The Paraxis team started our search approximately 12 months ago in late summer of 2024. We were inspired by the accelerating trends of public companies adopting Bitcoin, first starting in the US and rapidly expanding globally. We formed a thesis around the opportunity size in South Korea. Our acquisition process involves speaking with several dozen different public companies and being extremely selective in picking the right target to partner with.
당사의 주요 타깃 투자자는 누구이며 직접 비트코인에 투자하는 대신 비트코인 트레저리 회사에 투자할 이유는 무엇인가요?
Paraxis Korea's target investors are local and global institutional investors that have an underlying view on Bitcoin in their portfolios and want to express that view through a traditional equity security.
비트코인 트레저리 기업에서 흔히 사용하는 지표들, 주당 비트코인 보유량과 엠레브에 대해 설명해 주세요.
Bitcoin per share is a concept pioneered by Michael Saylor at MicroStrategy. It's similar to the traditional earnings per share metric. It measures how much underlying Bitcoin the investor has exposure to on a per share basis. Just like how traditional management teams aim to deliver earnings growth, Bitcoin treasury companies aim to deliver BTC per share growth to its investors. This is called Bitcoin yield. MNAV is a common term used by the capital markets to see the market value of the business compared to the underlying Bitcoin holdings. Given the demand for Bitcoin treasuries globally, we see a wide range of premiums that the market ascribes based on various factors. These factors can range from structural, mechanics of geographic market, quality of the management team, and forward expectations for BTC per share growth.
브릿지바이오 테라퓨틱스 인수를 결정하게 된 주요 배경은 무엇이었습니까?
BridgeBio was a perfect partner to launch a Bitcoin treasury strategy with. It was a biotech company that was looking for a capital partner to fortify its balance sheet. When we met with the management team, we were not only able to become a critical capital partner, but also to expand the strategy and business model to become a Bitcoin treasury company.
마이크로 스트레지와 같은 글로벌 사례들이 귀사의 결정에 어느 정도 영향을 미쳤다고 보시나요? 파라텍시스 코리아가 이러한 기업들의 한국형 모델로 자리매김할 수 있다고 보십니까?
Strategy very much influenced our decision. We have been longtime followers, investors, and personal fans of Strategy and Michael Saylor ever since they adopted their Bitcoin strategy in 2020. Our goal is to be the strategy equivalent of South Korea. Beyond being the largest, what we mean by that is also being the leader in setting institutional standards around operations, governance, and risk management. It's critical that Bitcoin treasuries are viewed as a legitimate asset class category in South Korean capital markets.
기업 자금 운용에 비트코인을 도입하는 데 있어 가장 유의해야 할 리스크는 무엇이라고 보십니까?
The biggest risks are operational governance and financial risk. Operational risk requires an institutional setup with the right counterparties, auditors, and technology infrastructure. Governance requires thoughtful vetting and selection of the management team and board of directors. And financial risk requires an experienced institutional-grade team that has navigated multiple market cycles.
올해 하반기 규제 완화가 예상되는 가운데 파라텍시스 코리아는 이러한 변화에 어떻게 대응하고자 하십니까?
While I can't speculate on specific regulatory policy, we're committed on proactively engaging with regulators and capital markets policymakers on adopting Bitcoin treasury companies as a legitimate category in Korean capital markets.
상장 폐지 압력을 받고 있는 기업들을 포함하여 더 많은 코스닥 상장사들이 자본 보존 전략의 일환으로 비트코인 트레저리 모델로 전환할 것으로 보십니까?
As large proponents to the Bitcoin treasury model, we hope to see more firms, whether private or public, continue to adopt Bitcoin as a treasury asset. This may range from a small minority percentage of their excess cash reserves to a much higher percentage. The space is still very early and the opportunity set is extremely large. Our model at Paraxis Korea is to provide the market with the most pure play exposure to Bitcoin, while others may be more of a hybrid model.
브릿지 바이오 테라퓨틱스 인수 이후 바이오 사업은 전면 재편될 예정인가요? 아니면 비트코인 사업과 병행하여 운영될 계획인가요?
The biotech business will continue to run under James Lee. The focus will shift from R&D and clinical trials to commercialization opportunities for the existing portfolio. There's still a lot of tremendous value in the IP. It's a very capital efficient business now, and so naturally these two businesses are very complementary.
파라텍시스 코리아는 장기적으로 보유할 비트코인에 대해 목표나 전략적 한도를 설정하고 있나요?
Paraxis Korea is a permanent capital structure to acquire Bitcoin. Today there's not a specific target number given we are very early in the journey, but I can say that we do want to be a top holder of Bitcoin globally long term.
비트코인 외 다른 디지털 자산을 포함할 계획이 있으신가요?
Paraxis Korea is solely focused on Bitcoin. We believe Bitcoin is a bellwether institutional asset within cryptocurrencies, and our focus on Bitcoin only will be a strategic asset for the company.
비트코인 보유 비중에 따라 위험도가 달라지는데 시장 변동성 리스크는 어떻게 전망하고 계신가요?
We have navigated several market cycles at Paraxis Capital. As one of the oldest standing liquid hedge funds in the US, a robust risk management framework and process is necessary in successfully navigating such a volatile space. We look at a lot of proprietary data within Bitcoin and the broader macro environment to assess the appropriate levels of risk for the opportunity set.
파라텍시스 코리아만의 차별화된 강점은 무엇인가요?
Paraxis Korea is uniquely positioned in that it is backed by a leading digital asset management firm with a long-standing track record. We are able to bring the best institutional setup as it relates to existing trading counterparties, custody providers, and technology infrastructure. This operational infrastructure is something that has been vetted and underwritten by public pension funds in the US. We believe it meets the standards for what a public company Bitcoin treasury company should be. On the capital side, we have a deep network of LPs that range from family offices, fund of funds, and institutional allocators such as pension funds. Our ability to raise capital both locally in Korea as well as tap institutional capital in the US is a unique advantage to our strategy.
향후 파라텍시스 코리아를 통해 가장 이루고 싶은 성과는 무엇인가요?
We aim to be the leader in South Korea. That means leadership through scale, reputation, and shareholder value. Beyond that, as advocates of Bitcoin and Bitcoin treasuries, we aim to be the gold standard for South Korea and how institutional-grade Bitcoin treasury should be run.
이사회 구성에 대해 좀 더 자세히 알려주실 수 있나요?
Our board of directors consists of seasoned professionals across institutional finance, digital assets, and capital markets regulation. The board has been thoughtfully vetted and considered to provide the best governance for the company.
미국 파라텍시스 캐피탈은 운영에 어느 정도 관여하게 되나요?
Paraxis Korea is a completely separate and independent business from Paraxis in the US. Individuals from Paraxis will be involved at the board level in governance.
파라텍시스 코리아의 비트코인 트레저리 외에 비트코인 분야에서 어떤 경험을 가지고 있나요?
Paraxis has a long-standing history of operating in several different areas of the Bitcoin market. Our flagship hedge fund is an actively managed fund benchmarked against Bitcoin, and we're also very active in the Bitcoin-backed credit space as a go-to capital provider. We also have a private Bitcoin mining business that we started in 2023 with operations in Texas. We operate across the entire spectrum of Bitcoin opportunities, from mining to trading to lending and derivatives. Perfect? Okay. Nice. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.